Very good evening to you and welcome to the highlights of the second day of the first Investec test of the summer. After yesterday's go slow, the hope was of an increase in the tempo today at Lords. We'll show you what happened over the next hour. Then, don't forget, we'll have our all-new extended verdict with Bob Willis and Jeremy Coney, and they're going to discuss the action and report on all the news to come out of the day's play. You can join in as well by emailing us or using Facebook or Twitter to get in touch. The hashtag for you tweeters is The Verdict. Now then, with a reminder that England resumed today in the guise of two young Yorkshiremen, Joe Root and Jonny Bairstow, and that New Zealand had a new ball available straight away. Here's what happened in the morning session.
Aleem Dar has that new conker in his hand. And Southee will use that slope to take the ball away from the right-handed Root. Or not. Well, again, Southee just pushing the ball in, and this time Root happy to take advantage. It was a bit fuller. It was a lovely, juicy half volley, really. 164 for 4.
Well, you feel good, Joe Root. Middle of the bat, early doors on day 2. Quite an upright stance and a closed face, and look at the size of that bat. Just a great slow-mo study of his head position, watches the ball right onto the bat and a flick of the wrists.
Well, it's leg side again, and there's a misfield as well. So the sharpness that was very in evidence yesterday from New Zealand, not quite there this morning. Bruce Martin doing a Samit Patel there.
Comes a cropper here, doesn't he?
Did you see that run out of Samit Patel's?
I did.
Oh. It's just like that, wasn't it? In the middle of the pitch, he was sat there, Samit. Run out by half the length of the pitch. Well, I think it's a little high and a little leg side.
One review left for New Zealand. He is a gambler. Not a lot going for it. I'm sure it pitches outside leg stump and it looks a touch high. Worth clearing your throat, though.
Oh, it's a good angle to check the height of the ball. Oh, it's a loose shot. Some movement away for the first time this morning, but it was very loose from Jonny Bairstow. That's nicely played. Right-hander facing a left arm. You should be thinking about driving straight. Should be thinking about playing mid-off, mid-on, mid-wicket if there's swing, and not through wide cover. First boundary for Bairstow.
There's another gap with mid-off quite wide. The ball skips along and bounds away down towards the pavilion.
Punched away. Comfortable 2 here, and slow Shanfield relayed. Oh, hang on. No, catalogue of errors there. I can tell you the bowler will not be happy here. No, he's not. And another look.
It wasn't the best piece of work from Hamish Rutherford. It was a slightly laboured chase. I think they were always going to get to, and they'd given up on the third. Beautiful shot. Lovely shot off the back foot there. Couldn't get in the hand either time.
Where's it gone?
Middlestone, please.
Now, what's that missed? It's missed inside edge, stumps. Let's get on with it as a batsman, but as a bowler,
Oh, it's a beauty. It's sort of come back up the hill a wee bit, hasn't it? And it was an odd shot, to be fair. It was not defended with a straight bat. The bat's come way down from outside of, well, that third, fourth slip.
Nicely driven, straight down the ground. Might be a slow outfield, but that will just trickle away for 4.
Yeah, very similar to the previous boundary of his this morning. Pretty much the same direction, just a little bit full, that's all. Not an absolute half volley, but pretty full. Nice straight bat.
Oh, it's a good delivery. I think Southey's now happier that he's bowling with a slightly older ball. The new ball didn't swing at all. But just before the drinks break, Wagner got a few to swing. And now there's a good shine on one side. He's just getting that little bit of movement.
Yeah, it's also the line, isn't it? It seemed as though he was trying to get it to do too much early on.
Yes, there's definite movement now. Root and Bairstow are just going to have to communicate. Southey's got this ball swinging. It's allowed to swing, by the way. No, that's their skill. You're a test player, you've got to play the swinging ball, and it's just starting to shape. Right, the magic delivery. Is there an inside edge? Yes. What a death for Root. He can't believe it. A strangle down the leg side.
Well, there are all sorts of ways of getting wickets. This still counts, although it's a disappointment, always a huge disappointment for any batsman. Just trying to glide it down the leg side. If it's just a thin feather like this, still very, very out. And it's good work again, good footwork from Watling. Really good footwork from the keeper. Made the catch look and actually be easier because of it. And New Zealand have got the breakthrough they wanted. So Joe Root, top scorer of the innings, but it's still only 40. He has to go with England now 192 for 5.
Another England batsman getting in and getting out. Joe Root's gone. Matt Prior comes to the crease. 4.5 hours. The hard work. Auckland 92 for 5. He was there at the death. New Zealand know they've got a serious batsman in. Top 10 in the world, Matt Prior. Oh, the in-swing given first ball. Now will he review it? Yes, he's thinking of height. He's asking Bairstow about the height, and he will review it. Perfect delivery to Prior up front, the in-swinger. They'll check everything, but this is a key moment.
Yeah, really good bowling, whatever you say. Really good bowling, because he's been trying to get the ball to go away to everyone this morning. This one deliberately comes back in, bit of a scrambled seam. Ooh, well, it's knee roll. It's knee roll, so the height might not be a problem. It's just a question now of the line.
Question of the slope. Did it do too much down the slope? Was there anything on inside edge? No, because Prior wasn't worried about that. If it's just clipping, it will be out. It will stick with umpire's call. In line, and it will be umpire's call. Hitting leg stump. Top of the stumps. Southey's on a hat-trick. What a leveler this game is. All those hours Prior batted in Auckland. First ball, Lords, he's gone.
Well, as I said, great bowling from Southey, because he's deliberately got that ball to come back down the slope a bit, deliberately targeted the stumps
First ball to Matt Pryor. And when you look at the way the replays came up there, look at that Hawkeye, you can't really quibble with the decision at all. Seen by the umpire, given by the umpire, reviewed by the batsman. The verdict, LBW to Southey for naught. And suddenly 192 for 4 becomes 192 for 6.
Well, Stuart Broad against India got a hat-trick. Stuart Broad in against New Zealand on a hat-trick. James Franklin was the last New Zealander to get a hat-trick against Bangladesh. You can imagine McCullum will have that schoolboy under 11 field surround him. He does chip the ball up in the air on a couple of occasions, and he has. He's got short extra, 2 short mid-wickets, full and straight. The up fine leg comes in. You're surrounded, Stuart. He has swung the ball. What's he going to go for? The full in-swinging Yorker. Broad on a hat-trick. Goes down the slope. 2 deliveries have just changed the course of this morning's playing. I'm very happy. We saw Trott and Gooch up there thinking, oh, we're doing okay. Not so much now. Nicely played, should be 3. Maybe just give Wagner 1 here, 1 over and then back to Bolt. It's time to just sit in with these two. These two can score quickly. Oh, that's very close. That's out. That's plumb. Don't review that. Walk back.
Not even Stuart Broad was going to hang around for that one, surely. A little shuffle of the feet across in front of the stumps. This is where this good full length pays dividends. Looking at that replay, you wonder quite how he's missed it by that much. But there's the full length. There's a little bit of movement there. Ball is straightened up just as Wagner wanted it to. So 3 in a hurry. 195 for 7 now.
3 wickets in 6 balls, and New Zealand have reward for a lot of discipline so far in this Test match. They'll have to keep going because Graham Swann can hurt you with the bat. Swann will play his shots. 2 balls, he has his first boundary.
Nothing wrong with that. That was timed to death, wasn't it? Just leans on that, just gets enough weight into the shot, times it beautifully. Thinking about 2 at the start, but never on. I think for Bairstow, he's just got to start, looking for those gaps, looking for those 1s and 2s, keep them ticking. If there is any chance for a boundary, take it. But you've got to actually back your partner. Swann's not a mug. He can bat a bit, and if he hangs around for half an hour, there'll be runs on the board. So you've got to back your partner.
Oh, a little touch there as well, and he's gone. So the danger of Graham Swann, the possibility he might try and take it back for England, that's gone.
Yeah, this is a big wicket because Swann is a dangerous player. He's not the best player in that England batting lineup, but is a very dangerous counter-attacking batsman. Plays very freely through the offside. This is a good ball from Wagner again. It shaped to come in and perhaps just held down the hill, and the faintest of edges from Swann. But they all knew it. What a spell this has been from New Zealand. They weren't quite at their best for the first hour, but that has all changed now. Swann gone for 5, 201 for 8.
Runs for Finn. Feel pleased about that. Again, they just settle for 2. It's 205 for 8. Nice drift. Umpires looking at their watches. One more ball to go. Will this be lunch? Look at the drift there. Wow, that really went in the air.
Oh, yes, Bucko, good lad.
209 for 8. All eyes are on Steve Davis, who said, fellas, enough is enough for this morning, and enough has been plenty for New Zealand. They've had a good morning.
Well, it was another slow morning on the run-scoring front. England managed just 49 in the 24 overs that were bowled. That was a pretty poor effort by New Zealand in the field. But with 4 wickets falling, 3 of them in 11 balls, the game was moving on. And the lunchtime talk was all about whether England's day one caution was now coming back to haunt them. For New Zealand, of course, everything was going according to plan. They didn't fret when Root and Bairstow seemed to be guiding England to safety. They just kept their composure. And eventually they were rewarded by that pre-lunch clatter of wickets.
That's what England have done a bit of. Find the field, particularly from Martin yesterday. Bad balls that were just hit straight to fielders.
Can't go over. You can't find the fielders if you go over them. One shot with intent, and that cost a wicket. Nick Compton and everyone else said, right, shutters down. Amazing. 90% of his deliveries were blocked. Dot balls. Unbelievable. Step and fetch it.
Cut over. It's a little short and a little wide, and Bairstow, the previous ball, had deliberately cut it along the ground but found the fielder. This time he's up and over the slips.
You've been very generous. Not sure what's happened now. I think it might be a thick edge, this. Yeah. Me. But they're saying go over the fielders. You can't find them. That's exactly what's happened. 4 runs.
Oh, out, surely. Yeah. Finger goes up. Finn playing for that outswing. I think he thought Southey was going to send this towards the slips, but he kept on going and he got that front pad right in the way.
Well, no harm in reviewing it, is there? Got 1 review left. Only 1 wicket to come. I'd be inclined to review that.
It did look out, though, didn't it? Let's take another look. The seam is there for the outswing, but it didn't swing out. It kept coming in, and Finn just got that big front dog right in front of the stumps. It looked out.
Oh, it probably was out, but he can still review it. He's gone.
The Watford wall is no more. 4 from 30 balls for Stephen Finn, 221 for 9. Last man in, James Anderson. Best of 34 against South Africa.
Tipped away through the leg side, up the hill. It's not going to go, but they should take 3. Oh, give it a bash.
Yeah. Give it a bash, Johnny Bairstow. Absolutely. Low-scoring game this could be. Good conditions to bowl. Get it smashed. We know he can do it. We really do. He's got power. He's got strength. He doesn't have to rely on timing. And McCullum might well keep the field up. McCullum's a gambler, so this is a key battle here.
Oh, what a catch. Johnny Bairstow, last man out. It's one of those that just stick in there. 4 wickets for Tim Southey. Innings is over. 232 all out.
Well, Ian Smith did say he's been working on his fielding. He's caught well. And he's caught a beauty there. Another England batsman getting in and getting out. This time Johnny Bairstow for the team. Trying to get on with it. And he caught this in his ribs, I think, at some stage. Oh, brilliant, actually. Just went left-handed. That's a super catch. It really is. Bowlers that can catch the ball. Brilliant from New Zealand. Absolutely outstanding. He might have hurt his hand, but what a performance at Lord's.
So England had recorded their lowest all-out total at Lord's since the 2005 Ashes, when they were bowled out for 180, and the frustration for Alistair Cook and the team management would have been that all of England's top 6 got starts, but none went past 50. Southey ended up New Zealand's leading wicket taker. Wagner did his bit, while Martin was hardly used at all today. And when we now came, of course, to the acid test. How good a score was 232? And there was another little subplot to keep an eye on. Could Jimmy Anderson pick up the 2 wickets he needed to join the 300 club? So let's get back to the action.
Stylish shot from Rutherford through the offside, down the hill, will be 4.
Different intent already, and he knows it. He's seen Rutherford play. He's in good nick already on this tour with 100. First runs at Lord's. What a way to get it. Not even a half ollie. Thank you.
24 years of age, Hamish Rutherford. His partner, Peter Fulton, 34 years of age. Peter Fulton in his 14th Test match. Always been in and out of New Zealand's team. You just think that Rutherford's going to be around for a long time. Good young player. All edged and gone. First wicket, it's singing for England. Wonderful delivery for Jimmy Anderson. 299.
Good catch from the captain as well. Absolute perler. Not a lot Rutherford could do. Maybe he could have left it down the slope, but we've seen this with Anderson. He likes to move it away from the left-hander. What a beauty. Pryor did well. Cook did even better. He's 1 away from the 300 mark, and England have an early breakthrough. Rutherford's gone for 4. It's 5 for 1.
Well, this game has come alive. England bowled out for 232 by an excellent New Zealand outfit, but England responds straight away. Jimmy Anderson nips out Hamish Rutherford. 5 for 1. Oh, it's nearly there, Jimmy Anderson. 300 on his mind.
Perfect. Full length. Tempt the drive.
Now that is a good lead. Mighty close. It's good bowling too from Stuart Broad. Great line, just holds its own. It's the bounce. The bounce takes it over the stumps. So you got a bit of height from Stuart Broad, of course, which as a batsman you'll factor in.
Gone. That is number 300. Fantastic achievement that from Jimmy Anderson.
Well, brilliant stuff. Another good catch. It's been a feature of the both teams so far, but the catching has been very good. This is a good low catch this time. And for Anderson, what a wonderful, wonderful moment. A lot of hard work goes into those wickets. And you can imagine coming into this game knowing you're so close to this target of 300, this milestone of 300. It could be frustrating, or could have been frustrating had it taken a while to get there. But that's a super catch. Swan stayed low, got the hands underneath it, and Anderson doesn't have to worry about milestones anymore. He can just carry on and continue bowling. But 2 good early wickets. I mean, it's New Zealand's turn now to struggle. They're 7 for 2.
.300 wickets. I remember Fred Truman saying a long time ago that anyone who broke his record of 308 would be very tired. Well, they play a lot more cricket these days, but 300 wickets is a lot. And a fantastic bowling performance. Good catch. He was grateful to Graham Swan for holding on to that.
Yeah, it does represent the reward for a lot of hard work. And a lot of skill, of course, goes into stuff like this as well. So there he is, 300 from 81 matches. The average per wicket, admittedly, is a little bit higher than Syrian's, 28. Certainly higher than 25 and 21 from Bob and Fred. And Syrian, a word.
Magnificent, isn't it? It's a great moment for Jimmy. Richly deserved. He's kept himself fit. He's developed the skills, and he's reaping the rewards. And England, well, they would miss him, wouldn't they? He's been magnificent. He'll go on. He's got the 300 club. I expect him to get the 400 club and go on from there. I think he's got time on his side. He keeps himself fit. So fingers crossed, no injuries. And there's a lot more to come from Jimmy Anderson.
Yeah, 30 years old as we speak, and fit and strong. So well done indeed, Jimmy Anderson. As I say, he's got 2 under his belt now, and he won't be worried anymore about that milestone. He's just got in his sights now yet another New Zealand batsman in Ross Taylor. And it is New Zealand now feeling the pressure.
Close call again. Ideal conditions under which to be bowling, though. I don't think their slow outfield will prevent that from going into the boundary.
Yeah, it's the difference this time between Broad hitting a length and being just a little bit too full with it. And it is just a small difference. There was that little extra width as well that just invited the shot. But a good shot.
No third man in place. That will trickle into the boundary. Bit of pace. When you have that pace and it bounces, it just gets you that fraction quicker than normal. Gets runs though. Oh, good delivery. Good delivery. And not quite as well collected by Matt Pryor.
Gone fine, and fine legs wide, so that will go away for 4 leg byes. Fine again. Inside edge that time, I feel. 4. 32 for 2. Cut away. That's 4.
Well, that's what you'll always get with Ross Taylor. Said that perhaps he doesn't have the great confidence in his defensive technique that Kane Williamson has at the other end, but he'll always retain a positive mindset. So if he does get a loose ball, and this one was loose from Anderson, he's going to leap on it.
Shot. That will roll away. That's beautiful timing. That's 4. That's a good shot. Up and over. Takes the aerial route. Takes the outfield out of the equation. Taylor on the charge. He back cuts. That man's a bit square. That will go for 4. 50 up, New Zealand. Good from Taylor. Good attacking batting. Should be T. Taylor looks at the umpire, and yes, he walks off in the direction of the pavilion. Taylor is 32 not out. Very important little innings that from him. Williamson has been very steady at the other end. A session that belonged to New Zealand in the end, but started with Jimmy Anderson. The 2 wickets have fallen to him. 299 and 300 test wickets.
Well, despite the Anderson heroics, which got Jimmy to 300, and Bob Willis will pay tribute to him as he joins the 300 club in the verdict, which follows these highlights, that really wasn't a bad session for the Kiwis. 54 in 19 overs was as many as England managed in some of the full 2-hour sessions they batted yesterday. Taylor showed great promise, and his wicket at this stage was key as far as England were concerned. The main culprit for England was Stephen Finn, who leaked far too many runs for no reward. The most expensive economy rate from the 4 mainline New Zealand bowlers was 2.5 and over. Finn was going on for getting on 4 and over. At tea then, New Zealand were 178 behind, and England just had to have a good final session.
Short, wide, and 4. That's Taylor's favourite shot. There it is again. Now Cook has got to think about having a man out there. Do you set a field for poor bowling, or do you set a field where the batsman's hitting it?
Well, you can see from the look on Cook's face there, he's a bit perplexed about what to do. I mean, that wasn't far off, outside off stump, but Taylor latches onto that every single time. So for Cook, I would argue you want to set the field for the right ball. You know, that isn't quite right, and he's paid the price for it. Keep encouraging Stuart Broad to bowl full, keep encouraging him to bowl straight. That's your best chance of getting Ross Taylor out.
That's a sweet shot. There's nothing wrong with that delivery. That is just a superb cricket shot.
Very strong cover drive there by Ross Taylor. What we've seen from him so far is really someone grabbing the game by the scruff of the neck. Very well balanced, weight into the ball, and he smashes that through the covers.
The in-swinger, another drive, another 4. Taylor moves to 48. It's 70 for 2. That's not going to swing from that length. Short, wide, 4.
Kane Williamson getting in on the act. A little bit too short, a little bit wide from Broad, and he takes advantage of it. Broad's just struggled a little bit from this end, I think. He hasn't been able to maintain that good line close to off stump. And as a result, the New Zealanders have got away a little bit here in the last 15 minutes or so. Really important to bring it back.
That should be it. Come back for 2. First 50 of the match. Ross Taylor, 50 off just 49 deliveries. Well played.
Well, it's a fantastic start from Ross Taylor. 50 or 49 balls. You don't see that too often in Test cricket.
Oh, too short. Just far too short. New Zealand have shown you how to bowl. Pitch the ball up. Can't set a field to that.
Swept away powerfully.
Not one to let too many deliveries go by without him attempting some sort of an aggressive stroke. Good sweep shot from Ross Taylor.
A little bit wider of the crease. Outside edge, the ball flies down to third man. Crunched through the offside, ends the 30th over, 96 for 2. Oh, huge appeal. No. What do they think, England? Huge appeal. Is he outside the line? 10 seconds is the call. There's a debate. Got to be quick. Leaving it. Done too much.
I always think, Bumble, that if you have to take that long to decide whether you want to refer it or for it to be reviewed, you just know it's not going to be out. Once it takes that long, you have got to be sure in your mind immediately, yes, in my opinion, that's out. Let's have a review of that.
Tickle sweep. New Zealand moved to 100 for 2. Oh, huge appeal again this time, yes. And he doesn't even think about it, Ross Taylor. That'll do fine. It's Anderson again.
Short, sharp bursts. If he can do that every time he gets that ball in his hands, Jimmy Anderson, he'll be fine. Well, Ross Taylor is just hesitating a bit because the umpire wants to check the no ball. Where's that front foot? That's safe. That's fine. So Aleem Dar confirms that the foot was behind the line, or a part of the foot at any rate. So Ross Taylor has to go. Good knock though, 6-6 from just 72 deliveries. New Zealand 100 for 3.
Irresistible Jimmy Anderson picks up his 3rd wicket. 100 for 3, New Zealand. Dean Brownlee, new batsman. Average of 32, nearly 33. Lost it there, Jimmy Anderson. Lost it at the crease. Brownlee smacks it for 4. It's 104 for 3. Outside the line, I think he is. There's a bit of spin there for Swan, and they're going to think about it. What's your gut feeling at home? I think he's outside the line, but then again, fielders always think they're out.
Another long chat. Forget it. Too long.
What do you want to do, Ali?
Jonathan Trott was the one that came in and may have just pushed this on. He's outside the line, surely. And it's missing. There's nothing going for it, is there?
Oh, yeah.
He's spinning. There's another appeal. This looks to be sharp spin, you know.
It is, and all of a sudden Kane Williamson seems to be in a bit of bother. While Ross Taylor was at the crease, he looked quite comfortable, looked to be in control.
Oh, it's away in the gap. Went quickly, but right through the gap at a very catchable height.
Well, I said he likes to cut, and he certainly went after this, but there wasn't a great air of certainty about it, was there? It was a thick edge. It flew fast.
Oh, that's down. Low chance, I think. scratching away now, Matt Pryor.
Well, we've seen the New Zealand keeper BJ Watling take an outstanding catch in England's innings. This was much easier. Almost Pryor went too far with that one hand. He didn't really have to go one-handed. It wasn't that far away from him. He could have comfortably taken this with two. It's a bad miss.
Well, that's certainly been hit, and hit rather nicely. Yet another one that doesn't quite have the legs to reach that boundary, but lovely shot nonetheless.
Well played. Back foot shot seemed reasonably easy to play on this surface. Slow surface. That's a two short and a two straight. That's coming down the slope into the body.
It's beautifully timed by Brownlee. It is superb.
That was off the front foot, although it was short. Came onto the front foot and perhaps just rocked back a bit. Didn't really push right back.
Well, this has gone up the hill, and this again convinces me that this outfield is getting quicker, because this wouldn't have gone for four yesterday.
Big shout. Where's that going? Steve Davis says no. Whether they got bat or missing leg.
Oh, I heard two sounds. I definitely heard two sounds here. I'm not saying it's bat and then pad, but definitely two noises. So England are thinking. Yes, they're going to have a go. Did he get a little bit of bat on this at some stage? No, I don't think he did. So it didn't hit the inside edge. So it was two pads. Pad then pad. They were the two noises.
Let's see. What does Hawkeye say? Impact in line. Hitting. Gone. Stephen Finn was right. He told his captain, let's have a look.
Massive blow. What a timely blow for England to get really back into this match.
Yeah, that's a big blow, as you said, Smithy. England needed that wicket. This partnership was heading towards another half-century partnership. Stephen Finn, the man getting the wicket on this occasion. Brownlee goes for 23, 147 for 4. So 4 down. Brendan McCullum, the next man in. Ian Smith was telling you earlier on, he's another batsman that can make opposition captains think, can be very attacking. Well, Stephen Finn just letting him know that he has a bit of aggression as well. Well, that's a no ball. First time we are seeing that since that law was brought into play. Certainly saw a lot of it last year.
Well, this will be a talking point, won't it? There'll be so many talking points out of today's play. Jimmy Anderson will get the headlines, but there'll be a little piece about this, because this is a bit historic in itself, isn't it? That right knee knocking the bails off, automatic, no ball.
Oh.
Well, McCullum has scored a single in 15 deliveries. He's played every shot going.
I think enough's enough. Even at Trott's pace, they're not happy.
I wonder if the umpires are having a difficulty seeing the ball. We're going off.
And that should be it for the day. 153.